What is up, Chronics? In this video, we'll be talking about this week's Triple One Event Week as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for April 17th through April 23rd, 2025, and is themed around 420. For the new content, we have the new Adversary Mode Hunting Pack Get Lamar. For login unlocks, we have the Gold 420 Pendant, the Green 420 Festival Outfit, and the Yeti Earth Day Hoodie. Also, completing a biker cell mission will unlock you the Guffy Drug Rug Hoodie. The current prize right is the Pegasi Osiris. It's primarily based on the Pagani Huayra and has normal price at just under $2 million. To get it for free this week, you have to get top 3 in an LS Car Meet Series race for 3 days in a row. In regards to performance, I'm a supercar class and is a top 20 performing car line including HSW around most tracks. It was a top performing car alongside the T20 back in 2015. But obviously a lot has changed over the past decade. Regardless, it's still a really nice and easy car to drive fast, and it has some decent customization options. Getting basically a $2 million supercar like this for free is pretty unbelievable. Definitely make sure you guys complete this one this week. Even if you already own an Osiris, just sell your original and get over $1 million in your pocket. It's worth it. Anyway, continuing to be test ride vehicles, we have the Zombie Bobber, the regular Hakuchu, and the Enduro. And all 3 of these are mobile website vehicles. And for current gen console and PC users, we have the Vigero ZX Convertible as the HSW test ride vehicle for this week. Continuing to the casino podium vehicle, we have the Rampant Rocket. It's primarily based on the custom Rocket 2 trike, which was featured in an episode of Jay Leno's Garage, and has a normal price of about $900,000. It's in the motorcycles class and is a below average performing car in that class. Its handling is pretty terrible, and it's sadly not very fast despite its insane styling, which honestly is a shame. I wish it would have been like stupidly fast in a straight line, but honestly I still think it's a cool like garage piece to have for the styling alone. For those of you who don't know, this one does in fact fit in your biker clubhouse, which I personally think is kind of cool, and that's why I still own mine. That's where I keep it. So yeah. In terms of the dealership cars this week, in luxury autos we have the Coquette D1 and the Torero XO. Continuing to Simeons, we have the XLS, the Viserys, the Cognoscenti Cabrio, the Vamos, and the Cliffhanger, and all of these are mobile website vehicles. Continuing to discounts, starting off with the property discounts, we have 30% off the biker clubhouses as well as the upgrades/renovations for them, and 30% off the Weed Farm business and upgrades for it as well. Continuing to vehicle discounts, starting off on the Legendary Motorsport website, we have 30% off the Ignis. So this one's in the supercar class and is a top 10 performing car in that class. It's just right below the pace of the Emirates and Krieger, but regardless, there's still no denying this is a very quick and great looking car with some pretty good customization as well. Super nice to drive, has an active aero spoiler, the Koenigsegg style doors, etc. I think it's a pretty decent deal at this price. However, remember that this one is not upgradable to HSW, that is only reserved for the weaponized variant, which to this day I still think is a really strange decision from Rockstar. Why they did that, I don't know, but anyway, next up we have 30% off the Tygon. So this one's in the supercar class and is a top 15 performing car excluding HSW on most tracks. It's such a unique looking car, but it has some great detail and decent customization options as well. It's slightly a bit overpriced, but again, for how unique and exotic this thing looks, I think its price can sort of be justified. Moving along, we have 30% off the S80RR. So this one's in a supercar class and is a top 10 performing car excluding HSW on most tracks. This was the first ever center seating position supercar ever in GTA Online. Of course, followed afterwards by the LM87, which is a bit faster than the S80RR. But again, the S80RR is still a great car, especially if you're trying to build like a race car collection. Next up, we have 30% off the RE7B. So this one's in the supercar class as well, and is a top 10 performing car excluding HSW on most tracks. It's right around the same pace as the S80R for track performance, which kind of makes sense, although I personally prefer the driving feel of the S80RR. Continuing, we have 30% off the Shinobi. So this one is of course in the motorcycles class, and is a top 5 performing bike in that class. It's around the same pace as the Baddy 801 for track performance, which for those of you who don't know, it's a $15,000 original bike. So this thing costing over $1.7 million, even with this discount, is a bit ridiculous to me. I don't think it's worth it at all, but that's just my personal opinion. And lastly, from this website, we have 30% off the Shotaro. So this one is of course in the motorcycles class as well. It's a top 3 performing bike in the class. However, the power storage just completely dominates it in pretty much every racing scenario. It's really hard to justify over $1.5 million for a bike, but I guess it does have that quality of being a Tron style inspired bike. Moving on to the Somerset Andreas website, we have 30% off the Reinhardt. So this one is in the sedans class and is a top 5 performing vehicle in that class. It's very competitive, as with all the top 5 sedans. It's just really track dependent as to which one to use. The Reinhardt has some great customization and awesome styling. I really wish we had more performance wagons in GTA Online because I think they're just really cool looking, but highly recommend this one if you don't already own it. And lastly, we have 30% off the Draugr. So this one is of course in the off-road class and is the fastest IHSW vehicle for most tracks. It has incredible acceleration and off-roading capability. Just a really great overall vehicle and a must-own in my opinion. Just a ton of fun to rip this thing around, mountains and stuff like that. Highly recommend. Moving along to the gun van, we follow weapons available this week and 40% off the Tactical SMG. For Triple Money, we have Triple Money NRP on the weed sell missions from the Biker Business Weed Farm, and Triple Money NRP on the Nightclub Business Organic Produce as well. For Double Money, we have Double Money NRP on Street Dealer Sales, and Double Money NRP on the brand new adversary mode Hunting Pack at Lamar. For the weekly challenge, if you win 2 rounds of the new Hunting Pack at Lamar adversary mode, you will unlock the Black High Brass t-shirt and receive a 100k bonus as well. For the FIB Priority Phonogram Factory this week is going to be the Fine Art file. Continuing to the weekly vehicle robberies from the Salvage Yard business, they're going to be only changed once per event week. We have the Cargo Ship robbery with the Gaudi GT500, the McTony robbery with the Camacho, and the Duggan robbery with the Viserys, and none of these are claimable this week. And lastly, for the time trials, this week's normal time trials Observatory. Highly recommend a quick bike for this one. For the premium race, we have the Supercar Race in your freeway. Highly recommend the Emirates, Krieger, LM87 or the Vest 8 for this race. And if you're a current gen, I highly recommend using HSW weaponized signals for the HSW to Vest 8. And lastly, for current gen console and PC users, HSW Time Trial Sandy Shores. As always, HSW Hacker Shoe Drag with the best one for these. In terms of my vehicle discount pick of the week, I'm going to have to go with the Draugr. It's an absolute beast at off-roading, and again, it's the quickest HSW off-roader on most tracks, making it extremely useful for certain racing situations. And even in general, again, it's just a ton of fun to off-road with around the map. Tons of power, tons of off-roading capability, just a really great overall vehicle. Anyways guys, overall this event week I would definitely say is above average. I'm surprised they put the MC Weed Business and the Nightclub Organic Produce on Triple Money, and Rockstar adding a new adversary mode out of nowhere is pretty cool. Some great discounts and property discounts, and the community feedback for the clothing unlock seems to be pretty great as well. You can tell Rockstar at least put some effort and thought into this event week unlike some others, and that's what the community really likes to see, including myself. So factoring in everything, I'm going to give this week a solid 8 out of 10. I think it probably would have been like a 9 if Rockstar would have done all the MC businesses on Double Money, but they only did 1. I mean, I get it, the 420 event week stuff, but I think if they would have done all of them, that definitely would have made it more like a 9 for me. But not a bad event week either way. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Thanks again for watching. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.